Kenya's economy could be headed for a collapse if spending is left unchecked. This is according to economic analysts who fault the government for failing to account for previous budgets. Dennis Otieno has more.
Yesterday, National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani walked a tightrope in presenting a budget to a nation battered by COVID-19 pandemic and still grappling with reduced incomes. Even though Yatani exhibited optimism in fulfilling the 3.6 trillion shilling plan, economic observers remained cautious of the future.
You shouldn't budget or over-budget for revenues that you cannot foresee.
Revenue comes from businesses. What is the impact on the ordinary mwananchi as they have to then fund that budget?
The country's national budget has nearly quadrupled since the 2010-2011 financial year, when it stood at 977 billion shillings. The government's major focus on infrastructure and other long-term projects being a key factor to this.
That we are not just on autopilot, but we are flying an helicopter without night visual instruments in pitch of darkness. And just to speak directly to your question, I think we are headed for a crash. There's no doubt about it. We've seen government now borrowing money and pushing new taxes to correct the taxes and pay.
Ultimately, when in 2 years' time or so, we hit the crash because we've refused to accept the reality. We cannot live on a 3 trillion plus budget without crashing in the near future. We would have done it if our ordinary revenue was growing, but we've not internalized the gap.
Treasury's plan to convince Parliament in raising the 9 trillion shilling debt ceiling is also a point of concern.
We still have a contracting economy. We have looked at the statistics between quarter 2 and quarter 3 of this financial year, and all the statistics that we've received are just showing us that we are not really expanding.
Government would be spending 10 billion shillings a day. I mean, it's 10 billion shillings a day for the entire 360 days of the next financial year. Of that amount, close to 50% is paying debt.
Uncertainty still looms as the debt repayment holiday granted by the Paris Club creditors nears expiry by the end of this month. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV.